No, it's okay. I'm already here. I'm already here. I'm good.
You're changing between
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we clasp our hands and open it prayer. Om Vasudevam Sudam Devam Amsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum Om Dakshe Vade Devi Akshare Brahma Vardhani Bharati Jagamata Vishwayuri Namaste Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimari Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimari Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimari Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Trayambakam Yajamane Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmivardhanam Mrityurukshiyamamritam Om Prithvi Tvayavritta Loka Devi Tvam Vishnu Navrita Tvam Chadaraya Mamadevi Pavitram Guru Chasinam
Om Srimati Matam Yo Namah
Namami. Everyone's good? Om Apavitra Pavitova Sarvavashtangatopiva Yasmarit Madalikaksha Sabhaya Payantaram Sushi. Om Hastam Satram Samarpyami Govindhaye Namaha. Om Amita Pasramasi Swaha Om Amita Pridhanamasi Swaha Om Satyam Shri Shri Mai Shri Shretam Swaha
Om Hastam
Om Krishna Chato Brahma Pushmadi Janardanam Krishnagare Shankar Devam Krishna Bhaktavam. I don't miss this one.
Okay. Water in hand again? Okay, sure. Alright, both lips. Om Vagame Yase Yastu, both nostrils. Om Nastorme Pranovastu, both eyes. Om Achurme Chaksharastu, both ears. Om Karnavorme Shotramastu, both shoulders. Om Bavorme Balamastu, both thighs. Om Urvorme Ojwastu, over the head. Om Adhisthani Meyandrani Tarsame Sahasamu. Now we're going to take a right side down. Okay. This is the Swasti Peace Chant. Om Hari Om Swasti Na Indro Vridashvaha Swasti Na Pushpa Vishwaveda Swasti Na Saraksho Varishana Mehi Swasti No Brahaspati Dharatu Om Paya Pratijam Paya Oshadeshu Payod Varentakshe Payodha Paya Swati Pradesha Santumayam Om Vishnu Ratamasi Vishnu Snapatresho Vishnu Sarasi Vishnu Drovasi Vishnu Vasti Vishnu Vetva Om Agni Devata Vato Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasvo Devata Rudra Devata Adirya Devata Marito Devata Vishwa Deva Devata Brahaspatir Devata Indro Devata Varno Devata Om Dyav Shantir Antarikshagvam Shantir Prithvi Shantir Apal Shantir Ushadeva Shantir Vanaspati Shantir Vishwadeva Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarve Gvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantireri Om Vishwani Deva Savatara Duratari Parasuva Yadvadram Dana Asuva Om Shuklam Varnam Devam Shashi Varnam Chaturbhujam Prasana Varnam Dhyaye Sarva Vigno Pashantaye Om Asato Masadgamaya Tamasama Jyotirgamaya Mitrama Amritam Dhamaye Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Touching the altar in front of us, we make our supplications to Mother Earth. Om Bhurasi Bhuvirasi Ditirasi Vishwadaya Vishwasya Bhuvanasya Dharitri Prithivim Yacha Prithivim Tri Gwangha Prithivim Mahi Gwangse Prithivim Shri Prithvi Mata Ki Jai Sharanam Mata. We'll flower the hand. This brings us to our first worship of today, to Lord Ganesh, Mother Gauri, to Vigneshwar, the Lord of Obstacles. He provides us obstacles so that we can have the intelligence to overcome it. We ask Him to bestow His grace upon us, bestow His grace upon our congregation, to the people who are watching out there for Voice of Dharma, that we are always able to overcome our obstacles. With hands clasped in prayer. Om Bhagavata Mahakaya Prabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Gajananam Bhutganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Parasara Bhakshanam Umasitam Shokvinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwar Parapankajam Om Aye Hiramma Mahesha Putram Samasta Vignoga Vinasa Daksha Mangalya Puja Pratanam Pradhanam Grihanam Pujam Bhagavan Namaste Om Sarva Mangala Mangale Shivi Sarva Artha Sadhike Shirane Trambake Gauri Narayana Namostute. Welcome, Ganesh. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Deva. Bhagwan ke bhog lage sant kare seva, sant kare seva. Bhagwan ke bhog lage sant kare seva. Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Deva. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, चार भुजाधारी। मौत के से दूर सोए मुसकी सवारी, मुसकी सवारी। दुखियों के दुख हरत परमानंद देवा। जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय जय गणेश अंधन को Akadete Korean Kokaya, Korean Kokaya. Banjan ko putra देत मेरे धन को माया, मेरे धन को माया. बहुत पार करो नाथ भजन करो तेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश देवा. जो तेरा ध्यान करे ज्ञान मिले उसको, ज्ञान मिले उसको. और तुझे और भला जाऊं मैं किसको, जाऊं मैं किसको. हे देवा कृपा करो कष्ट हरो मेरा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश देवा. लड़वन के भोग लगे संत करे सेवा, संत करे सेवा. लड़वन के भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश देवा. With hands clasped in prayer, we glorify Namo Ganesh. Jai Ganapati Sadagara Sadhan Kavivar Bhadana Kripa Vignaharan Mangalakaran Jai Jai Girijalam. Om Gaksha Ganesha Gauri Devi Swastanata Parameshwari. Aham Puja Kareshami Om Sada Samabhava. Principal Shri Ganesha Gauri Devi Jai Sharanam Prabhu, Sharanam Prabhu. Now brings us to our worship of Mother Lakshmi. We pray to her not just for her prosperity, but to be the guide in the dark for when we are lost. She is the light that lights the way. With hands clasped in prayer, and especially with the time of, I know I'm going to announce this early, Diwali coming up. So we ask her to bring her light, to be the return of the light for the year that we need. And we pray to her. Om Namaste Astu Mahamaya Shrikite Saraswate Sankchakra Devashe Mahalakshmi Namaste. Om Sisi Bhumi Devi Gopti Mokti Pradayeni Mantrade Sadhareni Mahalakshmi Namaste. Om Lakshmi Janto Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampradam Mahasatru Vinashayani Viparjote Namaste. Lakshmi Brother, please. Om Asram Samakami Byo Namah. Om Gangam Smartam Subhana Kishoktam Atma Chavali Rishi Kritiaka Kritam. Om धर्म की सच्चाई है तो झूठ का मगर सच्चा दिल इंसान का भगवान का है घर.
इंसान का भगवान का है। ओ भगवती ओम भगवती मैया तेरी आरती से अंधेरा टले, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी डले। मैया तेरी आरती से अंधेरा टले, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी आरती उतार तेरी सुबह शाम को, आरती उतार तेरी सुबह शाम को, आ गए हम तुझ में मैया चार धाम को, आ गए हम तुझ में मैया चार धाम को, आ गए हम तुझ में मैया चार धाम को। जो तुझे पुकारे उसे पाप क्या चले, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी गले। मैया तेरी आरती से अंधेरा टले, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी गले। जय जय भवानी, 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 जय जय भवानी। राज की हवेलियां दिन धन की खोखरी, राज की हवेलियां दिन धन की खोखरी। तेरी दया है तो धरती पे है खरी, तेरी दया है तो धरती पे है खरी, तेरी दया है तो धरती पे है खरी। कौन है यहाँ ये तेरा सराहनीय, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी गले। मैया तेरी आरती से अंधेरा टले, भक्त के अंधेरे घर में रोशनी। जय जय भवानी, 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 जय जय भवानी।
With hands clasped, we glorify Mother Lakshmi. Om Matu Lakshmi Kare Kripa, Karo Yede Mevas, Manokamana Siddhi Kari, Purvahu Meya, Trahi Trahi Dukaharani, Karo Bege Savitra, Jayati Jayati Jai Lakshmi, Kari Shatinakara, Mahalakshmi Namastubhyam, Namastubhyam Sarveshwari, Hare Priye Namastubhyam, Namastubhyam Dayariye, Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu, Lakshmi Rupena Samstita, Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Principal Shri Lakshmi Mata Ki Jai, Sharanam Mata. Now brings us to the Navgraha. We ask them to bestow their grace upon this congregation, to the members who are not here with us today. So we ask that the Navgraha bestow their grace upon us, everyone here in the congregation, those who are sick. We are going to start with Srimati Anjani Rampal, Srimati Ramrathi Srigobind, Sriman James Pratipal, Srimati Sahade James, Sriman Balachan Gulcharan, Shriman Rafiq Chowdhury, Shriman Munasir Bodhan. Hope I'm saying this right so far. Okay. Srimati Mary Manbahal, Shriman Len Lakshmana, Srimati Alien Lochan, and then we have Srimati Roti Parsram. Roti? Okay, because I'm looking at this, I'm like, Shriman Ro Namram Sa.
Nimaram.
Pardon?
Nimaram.
You don't realize that it's not pronounced that way, right?
That's what the family calls it.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm gonna just read the way I was taught. Shriman Vijay Prasad, Srimati Neela Devi Prasad, Shriman Kevin D. Vidyal, Devi Dayal, thank you. That one's on me. Srimati Aitwarya Hiralal and Srimati Dhanmati Hari. There's a few written here in hand. I'm not
Can't read them.
Pardon? I could, but
Yolanda Bowen and Enid Bowen.
Okay, there we go.
I think you got them covered.
You have two more, but
Two more.
yeah, six. Suni Mitra
Interesting.
Okay. And then you have it looks like Siva. Gunai.
What?
Yeah.
Siva. I didn't catch what you read. So,
Have you given you a list?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, that might be.
As much as I love this interaction, it's
I have to write it while it's there. You know. These are additions that were made. Enid Bowen, Siv Ganraj.
Okay. So with hands clasped in prayer to the announcement. Pardon? Om Brahma Murari Saturandrakari Anushto Vidasha Dusha Shabda Shani Ram Ketu Samvega Shani Karavantu. Principal Shri Navra Jyoti Sharanam. Now brings us to our worship of Lord Vishnu in the form of Sri Krishna. With
This is longer than the attendance.
so we ask Lord Vishnu to bestow His grace upon us. Can we just fix that? The flute. Yeah. So, with hands clasped in prayer to Lord Vishnu, the sustainer of our universe, the dreamer. Om Shishanka Chakram Sakiri Chakundalam Sapita Vasram Sarasevyu Akshanam Sahara Vaksha Sarakausiva Sriyam Namami Vishnu Srisa Chaturbhujam Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Rangayate Girim Yatyavattamaham Vande Parmananda Madhavam Om Nilam Vajashamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Paramahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramang Raghuvamshanatam Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaye Pataye Namaha Om Nilavarnam Pita Vasram Srivatsa Parabhushitam Govindam Gokulanandam Ramarjaye Rapi Pujitam. Can we get a Bhagavan Vishnu bhajan, please? Om Naratam Samarkitam Pratasrava Bhusatam Aslam Devi Devishi Prityatam Pratigretam Asanam Samarkam
Shri Radhe Govinda Gopala Tera Pyara Naam Hai. Shri Radhe Govinda Gopala Tera Pyara Naam Hai.
One more?
And it's not one more. We gotta do the purification. Llegarle a people
Want it?
Hey Krishna Gopal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal Hari, Hey Krishna Gopal Hari, Hey Deen Dayal कारण परम कृपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल भूमि में और कर्मयोग के मर्म बताए अजर अमर है परम तत्व काया की दुख सुख समझाए सख सारथी शरणागत के सख सारथी शरणागत के सरपित पाल दीन दयाल हे परम कृपाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल श्याम के रंग में रंग गए मेरा रस हाड़ कुरस की खान हुए जग से आंखें बंद करी तो सूरदास ने दरस किए मागध सोदा ब्रजनारी के मागध सोदा ब्रजनारी के माखन चोर है दीन दयाल जय कृष्ण गोपाल जय नंद के लाल जय कृष्ण कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद के लाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि नंद के लाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि कृष्ण गोपाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि हे दीन दयाल हरि.
Before we glorify, before we clap hands and prayers, one thing to note, with Diwali coming on October 31st is that with every Diwali, you'll notice that it happens when we talk about open book, Jyotish, Patra, whatever you guys want to call it. It always happens on a constellation or a nakshatra called Purnarvasu. Purnarvasu roughly translates to return of the light. This is, as Mayaja would say, the return of Lord Ram coming back on the battlefield, coming home. And for us, during this time, the world's not in the greatest place. People are not always looking at their best because they have a lot going on inside. We are the return of the light, the electrical spark that makes your heart tick. To this day, no one can explain how it gets there. We in the Vedic scriptures say that is God, that is the light. So, shine bright as we get closer towards the 31st. Bring Ram home, because we need to shine brighter in these times of darkness. So, as we worship him, as we go forward towards Diwali, come with that mentality that you are the return of the light. With hands clasped in prayer. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Deve Staver Ve Sampadakram Upanishadir Gayanti Yam Samada Jana Vashishthatadagate Namarasa Pashyati Yam Yogino Yasyantanna Virusara Sajana Devare Tasme Namaha Om Kaina Vacha Manasindriyirva Buddhyatmanava Prakriti Swabhava Karomi Yadyan Sakalam Parasme Narayane Tu Samarpyami. Brings the Buddha Shri Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Now brings us to our worship of the Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva. With flowers clasped in hand, with hands clasped in prayer. We pray to Adi Yogi, the first yogi. He teaches us yoga. He teaches us union of mind, body, and soul. So we ask him to always bestow his grace upon us so that we may traverse the path that he has to finding that equilibrium within ourselves. Om Pashunam Patim Papanasham Varesham Gajendra Sekritim Vasanam Varenyam Jatajutamade Swarar Gangavarim Mahadevam Smarami Smararim Mahesham Suresham Suraratinasham Vibhum Vishwanatham Vibhutyanga Bhusham Virupaksham Kavani Tranetram Sadanandamide Prabhum Panchavakram Karisham Ganesham Galenilavarnam Gajendradirudam Gunatitarupam Bhavam Basvaram Basvanabhushitangam Bhavani Kalatram Bhaje Panchavakram Shivakanta Shambho Shashankar Jamule Maheshana Shulim Jatajutatarim Tvameko Jagavyapako Vishwarupa Prasiram Prasiram Prabho Purnarupam Namaste Namaste Vibho Vishwamurte Namaste Namaste Chidananda Murte Namaste Namaste Tapioga Gamya Namaste Namaste Smritigana Gamya Prabho Shulapane Vibho Vishwanatha Mahadeva Shambho Mahesha Tranetra Shivakanta Shanta Smarare Murare Vadanyo Varenyo Namanyo Nagamya Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivakaraya Cha Om Tat Purushaaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat.
Om Rayam Shishobhanam Sarvasyakyakaram Shivam Asanam Cha Maya Dattam Vyahana Parameshwaram Om Namaste Nilagirvaya Shishakra Shakra Medushe Atyeyavasi Santavaro Ahantebhyo Karam Namaha Om Trayambakam Yajamane Siddhantam Pushti Vardhanam Urvaru Iva Mandanam Mrityurmukshya Mamritat Om Varisyatam Vanmasi Om Varisyatam Vasarja Janisto Om Varisyatam Yasi Om Varisyatam Masi Om Varisyatam Masigam Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Gokshirdamam Deveshe Gokshirdamaya Kritam Snapanam Deva Deveshe Gehana Shiva Shankaram Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Panchamritam Maya Nitam Payodari Samanvitam Vitam Marushakaracha Varnatam Prativetam Om Namah Shivaya Om Shiravara Sarva Shiravaro Mani Varaswa Ashvina Sheta Sheta Kshe Virasli Rupa Pashupataye Karanyama Avalakta Rudra Namo Rupam Parjanya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Bhagwan Shiva, please.
Jai Shiva Shankaram Jai Shiva Shankaram Jai Shankar Bhole Sabadev Deva Nirala Jai Bam Bam Bhole
Jai Shiva Shankar Jai Shiva Shankar Jai Shankar Bhole Sabadev Deva Nirala Jai Bam Bam Bhole
Jai Shiva Shankar Jai Shiva Shankar Jai Shankar Bhole Sabadev Deva Nirala Jai Bam Bam Bhole Jai तेरे नाम रखे ओ बाबा तेरे नहीं माना तेरे वेदनों के सबसे क्या जाने संसारी तू ही है कैलाशपति पर्वत बोले सब देवों देव निराला जय बम बम बोले जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले सब देवों में जीव निराला जय बम बम बोले शीश तुम्हारी गंगा मैया चंद्रशेखर पे सोए सन पे सर्व विचरे रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे शीश तुम्हारे गंगा मैया चंद्रशेखर पे सोए सन पे सर्व विचरते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे उसको कैसा कर जगत में नाम तेरा जोड़े सब देवों देव निराला जय बम बम बोले जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले सब देवों देव निराला जय बम बम बोले जय बम बम बोले जय बम बम बोले ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय रामेश्वराय शिव रामेश्वराय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय गंगाधराय शिव गंगाधराय 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 हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले Shiva Parameshwara, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Shiva Parameshwara, Shiva Parameshwara, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
I know Lord Shiva was here, you would highlight every hand. With hands clasped in prayer. Atma Tvam Girjamati Sahachara Prana Shariram Griham Puja Te Vishayo Bhavogarachana Nidra Samadhi Sthiti Sanchara Varayo Pradakshina Vidi Stotrani Sarvagiro Yad Karma Karomi Tadadakilam Shambho Tavaradhanam Kadacharana Kritam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Sravananayana Jam Va Manasam Va Aparadam Vihitam Avitam Va Sarvameta Shamaswa Jaya Jaya Karuna Bhade Shri Mahadeva Shambho Kaupura Gauram Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasanyam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sanitam Namami Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiva Bandhanam Mrityormokshiyamamrita Principal Shri Shiva Shankar Bhagavan Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Udadu Prasad Lingabhishek and take it from there.
Dam 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 rupa jale Shiv Shankar Kailashpati Yaga yaga sore deep jalale Shiv Shankar Kailashpati Dam 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 rupa jale Shiv Shankar Kailashpati Yaga sore deep jalale Shiv Shankar Kailashpati
But the old man, you know his name. We got those things.
The Hulk, Did you see it?
No, he came all the way.
पूरब से जब सूरज निकले सिंदूरी घनश्याम पवन के पग में रूप रभाजे मयूर मन मेरा गाए पूरब से जब सूरज निकले सिंदूरी दर छाए पवन के पग में रूप रभाजे मयूर मन मेरा गाए मन मेरा ओम नमः शिवाय 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 सजाओ वृंदावन गुलशन ज्योति के दीप जलाओ चरणों में नित शीश झुकाओ बाहों में भंवर होंगे भक्ति में रोम रोम रंग जाए मन मेरा ओम नमः शिवाय 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 घर घर अविनाशी मैं तेरे दर्शन की अविनाशी जन्मों से पूजा के प्यासी मुझ पे करना कृपा जरा सी तेरे सिवा मेरे प्राणों को और कोई ना पाए मन मेरा ओम नमः शिवाय 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 पूरब से जब सूरज निकले सिंदूरी दर छाए पवन के पग में रूप रभाजे मयूर मन मेरा गाए मन मेरा गाए ओम नमः शिवाय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namaha Swaha. Namadayini Namah. Om Somaya Swaha. Namadayini Namah. Om Prajakatayi Swaha.
Kamala Balihar Kamala Balihar Prabhu Tere Charano Kamala Balihar Oh Prabhu Tere Charano Kamala Balihar Kamala Balihar Kamala Balihar Kamala Balihar Kamala Balihar Prabhu Tere Charano Kamala Balihar Prabhu Tere Charano Kamala Balihar
Over there.
Do you want to say
He wants to
over?
Hands clasped in prayers. Lokabhiram ranrangadhiram Rajivanetram Raghuvamshanatham Karunyarupam Karunakaram Tam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapaje Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Karpur Gauram Karnavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendaharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavam Sahitam Namami Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Om Sachidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyade Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayum Mata cha Parvati Devi Pita Devo Maheshwara Bandhava Shiva Bhaktascha Sudesho Gunatrayam Om Vishuddha Jnana Dehaya Trivedi Divya Chakshushe Shriya Prapti Nimitaya Namaha Sumardha Dharine Om Sarve Swarupe Sarveshe Sarve Shakti Samandate Vayabhyastrahi No Devi Durge Devi Namostute Om Yada Tara Yatha Tatha Tateva Krishna Satkatha Maya Sadeva Kiyatam Tatha Kripa Vidhiyatam Tatha Kripa Vidhiyatam Mantra Ramayana Om Varnanam Varta Sanganam Rasanam Chanda Samapi Mangalanam Cha Kartaro Vande Vani Vinayaka Bhavani Shankara Vande Shraddha Vishwa Sarupinau Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swantah Stameshwaram Om Vande Bodhmayam Nityam Guru Shankara Rupinam Yamasritohi Vakrovapi Chandra Sarvatra Vandite Sita Rama Gunagrama Punyarnya Viharina Vande Vishuddha Vigyana Kavishwara Kapishwara Kavishwara Kapishwara Kavishwara Kapishwara Raman Chopai Ram Sierra Oh Oxford Oh Mangal Bhavana Amangal Hari Prabhu Surasrat Ajra Bihari
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
वही है वही जो राम रच लाया, वो करे करे बढ़ावे सारा।
Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
धीरज धर्मा नित्य हरि, आप भारत की छावनी।
Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
यही के यही पर सत्य सन्देही, सोचे ही मैं सच संदेही। जाती रही भावना जैसी, प्रभु मूर्ति से दिन जैसी। रघुकुलही सदा चलाई, प्राण जाए तो बचने न जाए। हरि अनंत हरि कथा हरि नहीं करो विधि सब संता। So first of all, on behalf of the Voice of Dharma Temple, I want to extend thanks and swagat to all those who are here. So, temple के ओर से और मुझे भी हम आप सबका कहने स्वागत करता हूँ. So मैं आप सबका स्वागत करता हूँ और धन्यवाद कहने की मंदिर में आने के लिए. So first of all, thanks for coming to temple, everybody. This is a long weekend, and thanks for putting out of your time. So last time I was talking about yoga, so I got a couple of different streams here. Some of these things on your phone. There's a Google page. Do many people go to this Google page? Now I'm advising you should go to it. Now on the Google page, it's got a lot of articles and news items and things, right? So there are scams there too. I got caught by one. So don't get caught with artificial intelligence trading. Try real intelligence trading. And these guys, they're terrible. So you can get easily caught into scams and whatnot, but there's a lot of news. One of the things I like, there are two websites that advertise in there. One of them is called Curiosity, C-I-T-Y. It's rather like curiosity. And what they're doing, they're giving you very great landscapes to go see. Right, I went to see a couple. Right here, Rouge Valley River Park. 13 square miles of beautiful scenery. So there's a lot of parks they're sending you to go see. I went just the other day to go to a place just outside of Dundas named Tay Waterfalls. It's 4 separate waterfalls. Then there's another one called Boro Waterfall. So just around here, you can go and see beautiful fall colors and so on. So these sites, they give you some things. It seems like the best sites are at Lake Superior, but that requires a day of travel to even see this, right? Then there's another site called Narcity, right? I think they take this, so the people that give these names, they're thinking Narcissus is something that's beautiful, right? You can fall in love with it and so on. So apart from that, one of the things I came across, I was talking about, they have some insoles for your feet. This thing is called Akusoli insoles. Amar, did you hear about this? Akusoli insoles? At any rate, it's got activation points and bubbles on it. Because I think I mentioned this the last time. At the bottom of our feet, there's a topic called, or a discipline called feet reflexology. They say there's a lot of meridian points on your feet. This is why when people say you want to hold your foot to fire, they mean something. If you didn't squeal, you'll squeal now, because if you put fire on your foot, you'll talk out everything you know. Right? I think this is a form of torture too, right? But it's also a form of extreme satisfaction because you engage. I don't know if you go to a masseuse, if they just massage your foot bottom. I think they only do your back and your neck and legs and things. But people have realized, and yoga has also recognized this, that the feet has a lot of centers that can activate and engage meridian points that acupuncture can actually engage in. This is why they have some things you can put your feet on and electric currents flow through, and they activate even your sciatic nerve and so on. They can help you to alleviate some of those pains. So this is something, so for men folks, if you buy one for your spouse, instead of getting a roti, you might get dal puri that day. And ladies, if you buy one for your husband, you can convince him to throw away the LCBO card. Right, so some things for the home front. So you can, right, so you can get, so these insoles, if you know the techniques of what spots are where, you can get your spouse to massage that for you, and you might get soya, aloo, and dal puri instead of naked roti and rice, you know. Okay, so this body, we keep saying, every week I'm here, this body is a special instrument. This week I want to compare this body to a harmonium. Any one of us, if we come and we sit down to play this harmonium, we can only eke out certain notes, right? This body is a special instrument. This is a revelation actually this is known fact in this religion, in this culture, in this philosophy. This body is but an instrument. It is meant to take you someplace. This body is supposed to use a tool, a technology, an engineering function, whatever you want to call it, a utility called yoga, to strum it to the proper notes. When we engage yoga, we play this instrument to its best capability. I like to compare it to a harmonium. If I'm to pick up the harmonium, I play a key at a time. A skilled musician can play 4 or 5 keys at a time. So they're able to bring out, when they play this harmonium, you're sitting here, but that's what expertise is, right? They're able to make this harmonium talk. They're able to elicit such sounds out of this that you and we can't do it ordinarily. This body is like a harmonium. Yoga is a method to play these keys. When we can play these keys, we can energize centers in our body that helps us to take the best out of life. The purpose of this body and the ability to harness it in the way that yoga is able to do it is to give us more lasting experiences of the things that matter the most. So it's to give us a more, what we call an amplified experience, to help us to become better at handling life, and an experience to be able to handle all of life's problems without giving up. They say we become the best when we are faced with challenge. And if we have yoga as a tool that we're using, and yoga is not just a stretch exercise, there's also pranayama. Another day I'll talk a little bit about this, about the breathing techniques. So far we covered a lot of the asanas and so on. One of the best ones that I'm starting to practice now, because as I find as I'm getting older, just to change your palms is an ordeal, you can keel over, is to learn to stand up on one foot a little bit, practice little every day. Stand up 10 seconds on one foot, then 10 seconds on another foot, then take it to a different level. Pretty soon you can change your palms without falling over or having to sit on the bed. Right? People. So all of these are great exercises that are mentioned in these books. That is called, by the way, that's called Ekpada Asana. Stand up on one foot, right? Vibhishan does this in the Ramayana for, I think it's 3,000 years, right? Looking up at the sun, right? According to the Ramayana. I tell you what all these 1,000 years mean already. So this temple has knowledge of what all these time cycles mean. So this body, this is what it's meant to do. If we're able to play it like the harmonium is played by a skillful player, if we utilize tools like yoga, we can intensify the experiences that we have of life. And all of us, we have a certain span in life. So we can make our life more endearing, right? We can make it not just more blissful. Blissful is the proper word, right? Not just enjoyable. If you're happy, you got happiness, got a sad face to it. Blissful, you can only go up, right? So you get to a sattvic sphere where you can enjoy whatever experience you're getting. It can even be a bad experience, but you're able to handle it well, right? It can be a good experience. You're able to intensify it. That's the purpose of yoga applied to this body. So yoga really is an engineering tool, is a utility, whatever you call it. Is a kind of skill to play this body instrument, to utilize this gift of this body. Ramayana says it best, I think I just always do it, Bhare Bhagya Manushitana Power. This body is but an instrument, right? Devas are jealous of it, are jealous of human beings, because we can do this intensification of experience. This is what it means, right? So in the intensity, we can become better beings. Now, what just passed us? A couple of things passed us. Pitru Paksh passed us. Navrat just passed us. And yesterday was Dashara. Some people call it Dussehra. This was the day that Bhagwan Ram conquered Ravan, right? This was the day of bringing back Mother Sita. I think Pandit was talking about Punarvasu. And that time was up. And so so Bhagwan Sri Ram had to return. But in addition to that, during the Navrat period, there are a number of different articles, and I was trying to read this to see if the Valmiki Ramayana has it. The Devi Bhagavad has a certain thing about it, and different Puranas has a couple of different things. But I want to talk a little bit about the Devi coming by telling it in a story way. But this Dashara, in India, they're celebrated on a grand scale. They'll put up big effigies of Ravan with 10 heads, and then they'll set this thing on fire on this day. So it's a grand celebration that happens in some parts of the world. I don't think in our culture we get involved in it to that degree. I think you need a population around you that celebrates this kind of thing. But we're such a small gathering here across this whole city that something of this magnitude does not get to be shown. So this is the day that Bhagwan Sri Ram dispatches Ravan on the 10th day after the Navrat. Before he went to Lanka, he had engaged in a 9-day Navrat puja of the Devi so that he would be victorious in this Lanka endeavor. Arjuna does the same thing and they do the same prayer. But I read something a bit there. They were saying Bhagwan Sri Ram had some authorities say it's 1,000 blue lotuses. Some say 108, some say 10. But he had 9, or some say 9. So he had 9 blue lotuses, right? And he's known as lotus eyes. Kamala Lochan, right? You'll find this in some of the round stotrams, some of the round bhajans. So Kamala, of course, means lotus, Lochan, right? So one of the story has it that as he's worshipping the goddess, she hides one of the blue lotuses. And he comes now to the 9th day and he finds that he's missing a single lotus. And he's struggling to where he can get another lotus from. And he remembers his mother Kausalya does tell him that he is lotus eyes. So he took out his arrow and he was going to take out his eye to offer it to the goddess. And then as he's contemplating that, the goddess comes to him and gives him this lotus that she has hid from him. So this intensifies the name that he is Kamala Lochan. Right, so that's one story of this blue lotus thing. So I want to go tell the story of Devi and Mahishasura. Actually, the time I have before I get there, I want to close off something out of the Ramayana. I got so many things running. So last time we stopped, all these Rakshas had gotten gifts from Brahma the creator, and I told you what gift Ravan had, what gift Kumbhakarna got, what gift Vibhishan got, right? I think I want to go back over those gifts and let me see. And then I also want to talk about how how Sumali now comes to talk to him and tell him they need to get back to Lanka. Okay, so I want to go back over this. So the grandfather of creation is speaking to him, and he says, "Hear what." Okay, let me go. These are the things he asks. At this time, his name is not Ravan. His name is Dashagriva, right? Meaning 10 necks or 10 heads. So after their great tapas is finished, remember they did this for 10,000 years. He says to the grandfather of creation, Bhagavan Brahma, "May I not be slain by Suparnas? May I not be slain by Nagas, or Yakshas, or Daityas, or Danavs, Rakshas, nor by the gods, O Eternal One? O Lord of beings, I do not fear other creatures, who with men I look upon as mere straws. O thou who art adored by the celestials." Thus spoke that Rakshas, Dashagriva, and Bhagavan Brahma, the grandsire of the worlds, who was accompanied by the gods, said to him, "It shall be as thou desirest, O foremost of the Rakshas." And then, having answered Dashagriva thus, "O Ram," the grandfather said to him, remember, Agastya is telling this story to Bhagavan Sri Ram, right? So a different interjection. Bhagavan Ram is asking questions, and Agastya is clearing up. So, "Hear what great favor I shall grant thee further in my satisfaction. The heads that were formerly sacrificed by thee into the fire, O irreproachable one, will now grow again as they were before. And O Rakshas, I will finally confer another boon on thee that is hard to obtain. O my friend, thou shalt be able to assume any form thou desirest as at will." As soon as the grandsire had spoken thus, the heads of the Rakshas, Dashagriva, that had been consumed by the fire, remember every 1,000 year, cut off one neck, put it in the Agni, right? He's now here in the 10th year and he's about to decapitate himself completely. O Ram, having spoken thus to Dashagriva, the grandsire of the world said to Vibhishan, "O my dear Vibhishan, thou whose intellect is fixed on virtue, I am gratified with thee. Choose a boon, O righteous and pious one." And then that pure soul Vibhishan, who radiated good qualities as the moon her beams, spoke with joined palms, saying this to the grandfather, "O Bhagavat," this is the name we're supposed to use for him, "O Bhagavat, I have endeavored to do that which I ought to do. Thou art the Guru of this world. And if in thy satisfaction thou dost offer or confer on me a boon, then hear me, O blessed Lord. May my soul ever be fixed in righteousness in the midst of all adversity. May my soul ever be fixed on righteousness in the midst of the greatest adversity. Without being instructed, may I be able to use the Brahma weapon. May whatever thoughts come to me," and this is a prayer as well, "may whatever thoughts come to me, wherever or in whatever state I find myself, always conform to virtue. May I always conform to virtue, and may I fulfill my duty. O most exalted of beings, these are the boons I consider to be the most precious." This is like Prahalad too, right? And like Dhruv. "For those who follow Dharma, nothing is impossible." And then that Prajapati, full of joy, addressed Vibhishan saying, "O most virtuous and dear child, let it be as thou sayest. Though thou wast born in the Rakshas race, O slayer of thy foes, no evil thought ever enters thy heart. I grant thee immortality." These are not spoken words. These are words conferred by thought. Having uttered these words, as Prajapati was preparing to accord a boon to Kumkaran, all the gods with jointed palms addressed him thus: As for Kumkaran, O grandfather, do not grant him any boons. Thou knowest how the three worlds fare this perverse wretch. In the Nandan gardens, 7 Apsaras and 10 servants of Mahendra were devoured by him, O Brahma, as also rishis and men. Such are the deeds of this Rakshas. Before receiving a boon, if one is conferred on him, he may consume the 3 worlds that you have created. O thou whose splendor is immeasurable, feigning to grant him a boon, which means cause him to become bemused. In this way, the worlds will live in peace, and he will receive his just deserts. Thus did the gods speak, and Brahma, born of the lotus, thought of goddess Saraswati, his consort. And as soon as he called her to mind, Saraswati appeared at his side, and with jointed palms, she said, Lord, Bhagwan, I'm here. Main yahan hu. Main aapki kya seva karta hu. So what can I do for you? Then Prajapati answered the goddess who had come there, and he said, O thou who art speech, be thou in the mouth of that Indra among the Rakshas, and utter that which the gods desired. And she says, that has to, so be it. She answered, and entered his mouth. Kumkaran said, so he's coming now, his gift. He said, my gift is to sleep for innumerable years. O Lord of Lords, this is my desire. And that Bhagavat said, may it be so. And with the gods he departed. And then that goddess Saraswati then also left that Rakshas, while Brahma with the gods ascended to the heavenly regions. When Saraswati had departed, Kumkaran came to himself, and that perverse wretch in his misfortune reflected, how could such words have passed my lips? I must have been bemused by the gods who came hither. And so having received all these boons, all these 3 brothers, they retired to the Shlesh Matak forest. Now, there later on, Sumali comes up from the underworld, and he approaches Ravan. And he gets Ravan to now go against his elder brother Kubir to take back Lanka. And Kubir at the time speaks thus. I think we did this the last time. He tells Ravan's messenger who has come, and this is the magnanimousness of this person, of Bhagwan Kubir. He says Lanka was, so Ravan's emissary has come. He said, previously, before you occupied Lanka belonged to the Rakshas. I told you guys this story, right? You know this full well. If you see movies now, you might understand them better, or have a better inkling. So he sends Prahasta. Prahasta comes to the court of Kubir, and he tells him, your younger brother says this belonged formerly to the Rakshas, right? We wanted it. And Kubir responds thus. He says, Lanka was bestowed on me by our father when it had been abandoned by the rangers of the night. So this guy is right? You abandon a place and somebody else take it over and bring it up to snuff. It no longer belongs to you, right? Lanka was bestowed on me by our father, because they have a common father. When it had been abandoned by the rangers of the night, I have peopled it by inducements of gifts, honors, and every kind of privilege. I populated this place. I did all the kind of work to bring this thing back from the kind of disrepair it was in. Now go and bring this answer to Dashargriva. The city and the kingdom under my dominion are also yours, O long-armed hero. Enjoy this realm without restriction. Share this dominion and its riches with me without division. So this was Kubir's response. Come, we'll both live here together. All our people can live together, right? You can share this place with me. But Ravan doesn't want that, right? So later Kubir goes and he visits his father, and his father advises him, listen, this guy has become very perverse. Give him the place, you go away. And this is what happens. So Kubir does, he leaves the place, and then the Rakshas enters and they repopulate Lanka. And then, I told you, Ravan crowned himself king, right? Emperor of Lanka, and the Rakshas are now running in the city. But Kubir, however, in reverence for his father's words, built a city on Mount Kailash, which was immaculate as the moon. He adorned it with splendid palaces, sumptuously decorated, as Pundara constructed Amravati. So that's the end of that thing, and now we're going to get into another thing with Ravan. Then Ravan, that foremost of Rakshas, having been anointed king with his brothers, began to consider giving his sister in marriage. So now this is covering all the things that we didn't know and that the Tulsi Ramayana is incapable of telling because there's just too much here. It's just too voluminous. So that foremost of Rakshas, Ravan, having been anointed king with his brothers, began to consider giving his sister in marriage. What's Ravan's sister's name? This should be. Anybody know Ravan's sister's name? Very good, very good. Right? This was the. But she had a nose problem, right? She had no. So they play on these names, but they mean something too, right? If you know a little bit of the language, you can see she's due for a nose problem sometime, and so Lakshman does it. So he therefore gave that Rakshasi to the king of the Kalakas, and the lord of the Danos himself presented Shurpanakha, his sister, to Vidyud Jiva. This having been accomplished, that night ranger left for the chase, and thereafter he beheld the son of Diti, Maya, O Rama, seeing him accompanied by a young girl, that Rakshas Dashagriva. So here is Maya. Maya is a skilled architect. We find him in many places, and he's accompanied by a young girl. And so Dashagriva inquires of him, "Who art thou wandering in this forest that is devoid of man or beast? How is it that you're in the company of this youthful maiden, whose eyes resemble that of a deer?" O Rama, to this question put to him by the ranger of the night, Maya replied this, saying, he said, "Hear me, and I will tell thee the truth. There was a nymph named Hema." I must tell Hema to come back, right? "Of whom thou hast already heard," or tell her name appears here. Okay. Well, we change it in Guyana, right? There's the Bengali version. Right, in Bengal, it's not Rama, it's Ramo, Krishna. Right, so across India, so this is how the name change. You go South India, it's not Rama, it's Raman. So hear me, and I will tell thee the truth. There was a nymph named Hema. This is also related to Shakuntala, of whom thou hast already heard. The gods bestowed her on me, as Pauloma was given to Shatakratu. Full of love for her, I passed centuries at her side, and when she was taken from me by the gods, 13 years passed, and in the 14th I built a golden city, which I decorated with diamonds and emeralds by the aid of my magic powers. There I dwelt, deprived of Hema, sad, dejected, extremely wretched, but bringing up this daughter of mine. Thereafter, taking my daughter with me, I left that city in order to retire to the forest. This is my child, O king, who was brought up in Hema's lap, and here I am seeking a husband for her. Now we hear this thing. This is a cultural thing. A daughter is a great calamity, at least for all those who have regard to her honor. In truth, she is a source of anxiety to the family of her father, and to that of her mother, and to that of the family that she will join. 2 sons were also born to me by my wife. The first was Mayavati, O dear friend, and Dundubi followed immediately. I have told thee the whole truth in accordance with thy wish. And now, my dear son, I would know something of thee. Who art thou? At these words, the Rakshas answered respectfully. Now, all the bad guys you meet, first thing I'll talk about their Nana and their Raja, right? They come from great stock. So he says this, I am of Pulastya's race, and my name is Dashagriva. My father was the sage Vishravas, who was the 3rd son of Brahma. On hearing these words of that Indra among the Rakshas, O Rama, indicating that he was the son of a great sage, Maya, the foremost of Danos, wished to give his daughter to him. Taking her hand in his, Maya addressed the king of the Rakshas, saying, O king, this child, whose mother was the nymph Hema, this youthful maiden, whose name is Mandodari, for such is her name, do thou accept as thy consort. Let it be so, answered Dashagriva. Whereupon, igniting a fire there, at least the man to devour and thing, right? He took her hand in his. O Rama, Maya was conversant with the curse that Dashagriva's sire, that treasury of asceticism, had pronounced. Nevertheless, because he came from this race of Pulastya, he bestowed his daughter in marriage on him, knowing him to be the offspring of the grandsire of the world. Ultimately, he's related to Brahma. At the same time, he gave him a marvelous spear, which he had obtained through his supreme penance. It was with this weapon that Ravan wounded Lakshman. So it was this gift that Maya gave him that Lakshman had a weakness, Lakshman would have to succumb to this weapon. Then, having brought about this marriage, the Lord of Lanka returned to that city. There, with their consent, he chose 2 wives for his 2 brothers. The daughter of Virochan, named Vajravala, was given by him to Kumkaran, and Vibhishan received as wife the virtuous Sarama, the daughter of the king of the Gandharvas, the magnanimous Shailusha, and she had been born on the shores of the lake Manas. It was said the Manas lake was flooding over at that time, and therefore she was given this name. According to Valmiki Ramayana, she was the friend of Mother Sita, and Mother Sita was in captivity. I don't think we find that in the Ramayana. So some facts do come here, and if you're seeing movies that relate this, know it came from here. The virtuous Sarama, the daughter of the king of the Gandharvas, at that time, in the rainy season, and they're talking about Sarama here, I think she has a couple of Sargam notes in her name as well. At that time, in the rainy season, the waters of the Manas lake were swollen, and the mother of the girl cried out affectionately, "Do not overflow, O lake." Thereafter, the girl was called Sarama. That means stop overflowing lake. And Mandodari. Okay, these alliances haven't been concluded. The Rakshas gave themselves up to pleasure, each with his own consort, as the Gandharvas in the Nandan garden. And Mandodari gave birth to a child with the voice of a thundercloud. He who is known to thee as Indrajit, right? This is, of course, Agastya speaking here all the time. Scarcely had he been born than that son of Ravan began to roar with a terrible voice, like unto thunder, and the city was deafened, O Raghav. His father therefore called him Meghnad, meaning the sound of a thunder cloud, clap of a cloud. So it's not Meghnad, Meghnad. Nad means sound, right? And he grew up in the magnificent private apartments, hidden in the lap of the foremost of the nursing women, as a fire is concealed under shavings. And that son of Ravan filled his mother and father with joy. And this son of Ravan was to become superior to Ravan. And it is only after this son has been slain that Ravan can be conquered. Right? Because you got to get rid of the greatest of the Rakshas warriors. The next time I get together, we'll talk about the crimes of Ravan, and I think I'll bring this to close here. Om Sarve Swarupe Sarveshe Sarve Shakti Samanvite Vayebhyastrahi No Devi Durge Devi Namostute Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nataya Sitaya Pute Namah. Om Sri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Om Sri Shri Durga Mata ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
All right, thank you, Pandit, for the source stories of many of these characters we meet in Ramayana all the time. Source stories are always good because you begin to understand them a little better, and where they come from is important because we know where they're going.
I don't know if you needed that. It was Decide, man, decide.
Is that a rating or a P?
I don't know. See, now you know how I feel.
Yeah, it's Ron's birthday and Peter and Cello's 29th wedding anniversary. Is that
That
it?
was the last.
This was the last time?
That's always only. So,
I don't know.
that was last. Yes.
I don't know.
Last time, this is the first time I'm here.
This looks like Ronnie's wedding and she's not here, so. So this is gonna be old.
Yeah. You just have to say me. Unfortunately.
Sorry about that. Thanks for coming. I wanna commend all of you for being here today. It is a long weekend. Nobody wants to leave their home and go to the temple and they can be enjoying time with their family. But I recognize, of course, that without Bhagavan, we wouldn't have these gatherings, and without him, nothing happens. So giving thanks is a very important thing. This is the Thanksgiving weekend. We join here to give thanks to Bhagavan for all that we have received in the past, for what we will receive in the future to make our lives meaningful and healthy and happy as well. And some upcoming events, we want to thank all of you for joining us in service today, both in person and those online as well. Welcome and thank you for joining us. October full moon, Thursday the 17th. Deepavali, Thursday the 31st. So all that in, and by the way, 31st is also Halloween, so it's the darkest night of the year. And it happens on the same day. This time it doesn't happen very often, but it does. We light it up, yes. We light it up. November full moon will be the 15th of Friday the 15th, so that's November. It's another one. Bhairav Jayanti is now Friday the 22nd of November. And Gita Jayanti, Pandit was asked me over this last night, so here it is, December the 11th. So it's a good way away, but still. I gotta thank the secretary for being ahead here.
I covered the year.
Because
That's the year.
Pandit was asking me about this already. December full moon will be the 15th of December, so that will be the last one for the year. For those of you who are thinking of making a donation, whether cash online or check, we accept all cash payable to the temple in envelopes. Put all the information, name, telephone number, address as well. Many people, two people carry the same name, so if that happens, the phone number and the address will identify which one is which. So please help us to help you so that we don't mix it up. Checks payable to Voice of Dharma Temple, Scarborough, Inc., whole word. Don't leave anything out, please. I know the line is a bit short, but try to make it small and fit it in. Otherwise, the bank give us a problem with cashing those checks and depositing them. Because when we started, we were just Voice of Dharma Temple, the only one that existed. Now there may be 10 more, but with slight variations, so that the city, or the province, I should say, still approves them. So we can't do anything about that, so we have to do the best we can to identify it as us. So help us to help you again. And e-transfers, of course, can be made online. treasurer@voiceofdharmatemples.com. If you do use a password, send an email to tell us what the password is separately. And not on the same email. The last one I got on the same, this was on the same email. So if somebody clicks into this email, the email, they can cash your thing. So send it separately, please. Or call me and tell me to be alright. Or you can send an email to me, which is actually on the calendar. Which brings me to the calendar now. So 2025 calendars are now available. We are asking for a donation to cover the cost of the print, of course. And if you can, I expect each family to take 10 or 25, depending on how many people you know. We're pretty low down already. We have about maybe 200 left. So once I give away Pandit the 100, which is fast. So once he takes his 100, there will be 200 or thereabouts left. So it's not going to last to the end of the year. Please, if you want it, take it now, don't wait, and then come back. And this is what happens usually.
At the end of the year, people come and tell me, Planeta, you have any calendar left? By then it's too late. Now I do know that some temple print it and give it out for free. Okay, I understand that. That's okay. They're rich. They can do it. We're not that wealthy. We need the income. As you can see, there's only what? How many people in here today? About 20. 20 exact? Oh gee, I didn't count. So 20 here, and it doesn't really cover the bills as we would like to, but we appreciate all the income that we can get. And this is just a supplementary income which we use every year to supplement payment of the bills and things. And you can see the driveway has been painted, the parking lot also sprayed and painted, that's protected. It looks good.
Yeah. Enough you can see.
Sealed and painted and marked.
Yeah.
The gentleman was calling me in the middle of my puja to tell me that he wants an address for the I can't believe that. He wants an address for the invoice.
Because I sent it to him right away and I haven't heard from him since.
Okay. But he called me in the middle of the puja, so
He's still calculating.
that was funny.
3 days.
Anyway, these things happen. I have to turn my phone off the next time. I gotta try to remember that. Thank you for the donations when you do give, and I expect you to support the temple. This is your temple. It's not mine, by the way. When my time comes, I cannot even own a nail in here. I told you that before. This is your temple. It's the voice of Dharma. Every member who pays up a membership is a part owner for that year. So keep that in mind. You want to own something for the year, put your $10 in, and you're there. Now that's not a lot of money, but still, we have to charge something so we can. That's not the supplement income. That's by law. So we have to charge a membership. Once again, thank you all for spending your morning with us. Our service is on Facebook and it will go on YouTube eventually as well. Usually Brahmin posts it a few days later. We can't go directly on YouTube, I think. No, we can't.
Yeah, we can if you want.
Ah, we do. Okay, that facility is available. Okay, we'll think about that. I know that many people don't have Facebook, but they have YouTube is available all the time, so it might be easier. We'll think about that. Thank you all for being here. I think we're there, ready to go home. You're all ready to go home?
Yes.
No lunch today. No lunch today. Sorry. All right, that's it. I think we can start for our
भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है शांति भगवान की है
Om Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabham Sresham Vishwadaram Gaganasabhrisham Meghavarnam Sumangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayam Yogaviryanagамyam Vande Vishnu Bhavaiharam Sarvaloke Ganatam Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Shasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Pravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Bara Bara Varamangalu Karishdev Shriram Parasarojana Payani Bhakti Sada Satasangasya Vijay Ramachandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanumana Ki Jai Sri Ramachandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Welcome. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Avahanam na janami visarjanam Pujam Sheva na janami Shamiswa Parameshwaram Om Dyao Shanti Rantarikshagvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Brahma Shanti Vashadeva Shanti Vanaspati Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvameva Shanti Shantideva Shanti Shanti Redi Sevatu Shanti 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 Hari Om. Thank you everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.